I hope everybody's doing okay. My hair is looking a hot mess. I didn't realize it was looking so crazy. I haven't been home from work for very long, and been outside with the doggy dog, who is soaking wet and now on my bed, getting it wet. Anyhow, I hope everybody's doing okay. I am not doing bad. I am feeling very blessed, feeling like things are moving forward. Some areas of my life, things aren't moving forward very fast. However, I know that there's reason behind that. But I hope you guys are doing well and feeling blessed as well. Let's see what kind of messages Spirit has for us today. For all those who are already aware, they're on an ascension journey and going through an awakening process, please. How many? Thank you. So, you may be having experiences with others where you feel like you're reading their thoughts. You know exactly what they're thinking. Maybe you know what kind of emotions they may even be feeling behind it. There may be like an empathic type of connection as well as a nonverbal communication, which is telepathy. Some of you, this could be with a romantic partner. I am feeling a lot of like divine connection here. However, that won't resonate with everybody. It could be anybody for anyone. But what I'm feeling here is that there's even, okay, they're backing me up and saying even some of you, this is not having to do with like friends and family. You could be working in a grocery store. They're giving me this idea because I've actually had a conversation with somebody that I work with about this today, where I will have people walking past me and I will know that a said person is sometimes getting ready to die. I sometimes know that they are pedophiles and they abuse their children. Sometimes I just know that they're having a really shitty day. Sometimes I hear what people are thinking about me being in their way when they're trying to get something. This is what you are going through and experiencing at this time. If you're not experiencing it now, this is something that you're awakening to. So one of the things that I am feeling with both of these cards, though, to switch gears a little bit, is there's a connection with a divine counterpart for some of you. I feel like many of you may be at this, like, it's like a separation energy, whether or not you're living in the same home or if you're actually in different homes or what have you. I feel like there's distance of some sort, separation or what have you. I feel like some of you are connecting with them in a nonverbal way. You may be sending them messages whether or not you realize you're doing it, and vice versa. Maybe you're up thinking about them at night. This may be because they are thinking of you, and that's why you're constantly thinking of them. Because I feel like some of you are like, man, why can't I just go to sleep? I wish I quit thinking about this person or what have you. So some of you are being asked to meditate. There's something about getting closer with the energy. Some of you during meditation, there's even a message of healing that person during meditation. So maybe some of you have out-of-body experiences or astral travel and are capable of getting an okay to heal from their higher self. I do it by just saying, by asking their higher self in spirit, can I do some healing on them? Is it okay? I either get a yes or a no. It's just that easy. If I don't get a yes or a no, the yes would be like, I just have this burning desire. Just know that I know that I know that I need to do some sort of healing. And sometimes it may be on something to do with a past life. Sometimes it could be, just something that's going on with them at that time energetically, and I need to just send them a little bit of love, whatever it may be. But there's something about connection, and even if this is resonating with you and you're not a divine counterpart, maybe this is something that's happening with a friend or what have you. But either way it goes, I'm feeling like a deep connection with nonverbal communication at this time. And I feel some of you are forced into a situation where you can't have that communication. It's like spirit or higher self, maybe their guides or your guides are keeping you from going towards that person, or keeping them away from coming towards you, because it's like divine intervention. Maybe you or they don't treat each other the way that you deserve to be treated. Maybe one or both of you are going through some sort of ego death where you're learning to stand up for what you want, for what you desire, and not take less than what you deserve. And so I feel like by walking away or not going towards that situation with this person is forcing you into this nonverbal communication. I do feel like many of you, this is a guided thing. Like you're guided to not go in that direction right now. You're guided to not speak verbally, but you know, maybe some of you are even learning during this meditation, you know, how to connect with them in the spiritual aspect of things. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. Anyhow, I'm getting multiple messages from this air card, but one of the things I wasn't getting is about taking the time to breathe. However, this could be a message saying when you are in your meditation time, try triangle breathing, square breathing, rectangle breathing, whatever it may be. Try it, because I'm feeling like it's going to take you even deeper. It may even help you to awaken even more so that empathic part of you that goes along with the telepathic part of you, that when both of those things are kind of working hand in hand, you just know that that person's thinking about you, or you know something about a certain situation. You feel it and you understand it. You just know that you know that you know. Anyhow, moving gears, they're telling me. Thank you. You don't even know how excited I am about my tooth being fixed. Okay, a feeling of loss of control, not having the upper hand in a situation. And I feel like for some of you, this may be part of like an ego death, or maybe even like a dark night of the soul, where you're kind of being forced out of situations or forced in situations to not have control. So maybe you're giving your control over to somebody else. Maybe the control is going to your guidance or the universe or God, you know, whatever it is. But I feel like it's like a forceful, get out of the way. We've got this. You need to listen. I think that some of you even are trying to forcefully not listen to your intuition. It's almost like, I don't know, this sounds too good to be true, so I'm not going to listen to my intuition. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Maybe some of you are treating, if it's a person that this is talking about for you, treating a person as if they're a karmic situation. Maybe you're not treating them like a divine counterpart. You fail to see what the universe or your guidance team is trying to show you. And so meditation is going to bring those answers. It's going to help you to connect even further with both empathy and telepathic communications. Actually, they're even like shown me on an energetic level, like connecting with them in the astral. So for some of you, you know, this loss of control has to happen so you get the hell out of the way. I feel like you're making things worse. You're not seeing the divine aspect of this connection, the situation, this what have you. And so Spirit's like, okay, we got to step in. We're going to do whatever we have to do. We're going to force somebody to walk away so that you're forced into like this triggered response that I'm going to have to get my shit together or else. And it might even be the same for the opposite, person involved, if there is a person involved in this. However, just in general, the feeling of I don't have control over everything, but also I'm getting a feeling of I don't feel in control, but that's okay. I've been feeling that way. I've been getting this freedom of just allowing, just being. And I go in cycles where I don't allow, where I'm very fearful, when I don't have as much hope as I used to. And then I go through these cycles where I feel like I'm just allowing things. I'm going with the flow. I'm staying in the just for the now moment, or just for today. Staying in just for today. This hair hanging out is driving me nuts. This is from the wind blowing around and being hot and stuff. But anyhow, I feel like some of us are learning that we don't have to be in control. This is something that most of us were taught, usually because of ways that we were raised, or, behaviors that we picked up as habits because of the way that our parents was, or maybe other people that were around us a lot. But what I'm feeling is some of us are in this energy of trying to how do I put this? Give me the right words to say. Some of you may be kind of, oh, I can't get out what I'm trying to say. Help me here. Give me the right words, because this is an important message. Some of you are self-sabotaging is what they're saying. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Some of you are in an energy of self-sabotage. However, it's like there's two sides to this, because where I see that there's this, impulsiveness, or these times where you want to act out or lash out, or maybe not do anything at all, not communicate, what is really going on in your emotions, or maybe not, verbally speaking to this person how you really truly feel, or whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't really matter. But what I'm feeling is like there's this aspect of you not seeing this as a divine connection, as a divine situation. And instead you're treating it as it's something from your past. It's something that you need to look at with anger and sadness and those thoughts that torment your mind all the time. Been there, done that. I recently feel like I got out of that. And how I got out of that was by walking away from a situation that was not giving back to me. And so some of you may resonate with that. But the need for I feel so caught up with my words. It's almost like my words are being taken from me, and I really feel like it's because there's not much that needs to be said right now. I feel like Spirit is really working on us in such a way, all of us, in such a way that we're learning about how the elements communicate with us. They're nonverbal. It's just by sometimes when a leaf is blowing across the road, or when the wind blows, or when the sun shines bright in your car and something reflects a rainbow in front of you. I mean, it's just like so many different ways. But I feel like many of you, this nonverbal communication is forcing you to trust your intuition, connect with Spirit on a deeper level, maybe even forcing you into this meditative type state, whether or not you even want it, because you're being taken away from situations or people that that Spirit doesn't want you to try to control anymore. So you're being forced into a dark night of the soul. You're being forced into, for some of you, the opposite, into these energies of bliss, passion, forward movement, getting out of that cycle of fear and doubt and moving into this energy of, I've got this. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So there's like two extremes here, and maybe you will fit both of these extremes. I've been there, done that too. I mean, just 2 days ago, I was in this I need to be in control aspect, and then yesterday I was free flowing. This morning again at work, I was like, damn it, there were so many things that were not going the way I wanted them to go at work. It still worked out. So sometimes we have to be reminded, like through those cycles, of how to get out of those cycles. So the cycles have to happen for that reason. So I have 10, 1, and 11. So I'm feeling like many of us, while we're getting forced back in situations where we feel like we don't have any control, I feel like many of us are starting new beginnings in not being that way. That's the best way of putting it, of not feeling the need that you have to be in control of everything. And I feel like many of you are moving into this energy of freedom, feeling like there's peace of mind. The racing thoughts are not there anymore, but it's more of like, I'm feeling this. I have this deep inner knowing. The communication is coming in multiple ways. Remember how I was saying, like, the rustling of a leaf? It could be animal symbolism. It could be through numbers or music lyrics that you're hearing in your mind. I mean, there is so many ways that Spirit talks to me all day long. Okay? But I feel like many of you are really turning a leaf here, so to speak. You are getting a heads up on this whole... Maybe some of you were really struggling to understand what was happening to you, why all of a sudden you're being forced away from situations or people. Some of you, your divine counterpart, it's so that you can be triggered into this ego death or dark night of the soul, or for many of you, the opposite. It's triggering you into this passion to do whatever it takes, to remove whatever it takes, to, it's just like two opposite extremes, but yet feeling so blessed with both is what I'm getting. So it may seem like there's some doom and gloom here, but it's not, guys. It just, I feel like there is, for some of you, this energy of like vibrating chest, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of nausea in the stomach, like, why can't things ever go right for me? But what you're failing to see is this forceful dark night of the soul, or forceful ego death, or, being forced out of situations or relationships is actually for your benefit, and actually one of the biggest blessings that could happen. Because once these blocks are removed, these things that tell you that you need to be in control, these things that tell you that you can't trust your intuition, these things that tell you that what you're feeling is not accurate, whatever it is, those things will be things that you will trust afterwards. You will understand. You will just know that that it's right. And so there is a big, huge blessing in this whole maybe feeling like things just aren't right or what have you. But what I'm getting with this is surrender, guys. Throw your hands up and say, Spirit, God, universe, higher self, my guidance team. Maybe for some of you, it's your divine counterparts, spirit that has been triggering the hell out of you. I surrender. I'm putting my hands up. I don't know what my next move is, but now I'm going to learn to just be in the now moment. I'm going to learn to just allow things to flow and, try to stay in today by not thinking ahead or thinking backwards like this isn't going to work because it didn't work last time. Maybe some of you, this is a past partner or a past situation that you're like, I will never revisit that again. But Spirit's like, yes, you will. And we're going to make sure that you do that. But what I feel is like you're feeling like a caged bird, and Spirit's like, the door's open. Just fly on out. Be free. It's you holding you back. So there's definitely a feeling of the need for staying positive, the need for manifesting through visualization, speaking things into existence. But they're really showing me like visualization is key right now, intentions, and by allowing. Okay, just allow. And that's a process in itself. If you don't know how to allow, one of the things that you have to do is you go through being open-minded. You go through being willing to allow these things to happen. You go through just, the thought processes of, but what if, or I don't understand how that's going to happen. And consciously telling yourself, I don't need to worry about that. It's already worked out. Retraining your thoughts to be something of a positive intention. So surrender is really going to be a big focus, or needs to be a big focus right now. It needs to be something that you're devoting your time to, is surrendering to this process, being open-minded, allowing, be in the now moment, not focusing on tomorrow, not focusing on next week, not focusing on the ifs, the hows, the whens, the what's, all of that stuff, because it's just going to make you tired. You're going to end up falling, and once you get down, it's hard to get back up. I know, because I got down in the past couple of years because of a relationship and the things that it triggered in me, and just so much. It's hard to get back up. I'm still just now getting back into like really wanting to do healing for people and stuff like that. It's just insane. So don't allow yourself to be what holds you back from the blessings in your life, whether it's a connection, whether it's a situation, whether this is just referring to being in control of these spiritual gifts that are awakening, because there's telepathy, there's empathy, there's intuition, astral travel, Some of you, out-of-body experiences. There is ego death that's happening. So, I mean, there's a lot of big awakenings in one awakening. So some of you are probably maybe even not going through a dark night of the soul, but the feeling like Spirit's not listening, like no one cares about you. Maybe even some of you feeling a little bit suicidal because there's just too much intense energies to go through right now. But I promise you guys, if you just hold on and listen to what Spirit is telling you and listen to your intuition and talk yourself into faking it until you make it, because when we fake it until we make it, there's blessings that come along, and it helps us to trust in the intuition and trust in these gifts and things that are awakening, and it helps us to not have to feel like we need to be in control at all times. I feel like we need to do some throat chakra clearing real quick. Many of us are having a hard time expressing ourselves. This could be verbally, maybe non-verbally for some of you. This also is a connection with the intuition. So I felt like I needed to do this before the reading. Now I know why. So let's go ahead and do this. Source God, higher self, angels, ascended masters, I ask that you be with me tonight as I do this healing on the throat chakra. Please, I ask that anybody watching now or a later date will receive whatever I'm supposed to do. Please guide, lead, and instruct me at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So instantly, I just feel a lot of energy coming out of my hands. This is like a midnight blue. This is normally not a color that I see for the throat chakra. However, I'm seeing it coming from my heart all the way down my arms and in through my hands. I am being told to do the triangle shape. I'm actually seeing all fingers going like this. It's getting more intense. You're probably feeling like you need to clear your throat, feeling a thickness even. If you close your eyes, you're probably seeing the color blue. Green. I'm seeing green coming through now. Just sit in this energy. You're going to start to feel expansion. You may feel like your throat is just growing outwards in all directions. You may even feel like there's a lump being taken out of the front of your throat, or you may have been feeling vibrations, pitter-patter, swirling sensations, what have you. For those of you who are connected to your life force or Kundalini energy, you might be having movements of your head like I am, or your body. It is done, they said. I hope that you guys got something out of this reading and out of this healing. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. If you guys got anything out of it at all, please consider liking this video, sharing, putting a comment down in the comments, or maybe just a couple hearts would even be fine, as a way of helping this video to get in the algorithm so that more people can get some assistance on growing in their ascension journey. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Much love to you. Bye.